Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited about today's video because I'm talking skincare. And if you don't know me, you may not know that I am just as big of a skincare fanatic as I am a makeup fanatic. In fact, I have always said, if you have your budget, 100%, I personally feel like 75% of it should go to good skincare, 25% to makeup, because makeup only looks as good as the skin that you apply it to. So I'm very, very big on skincare. Another thing I am very, very big on is exfoliation. And I've had a lot of questions in the past about what do I use to exfoliate my skin? How do I like to exfoliate my skin at home? Do I use physical exfoliants? Do I use chemical exfoliants? How often do I use them? Lots and lots of questions. So I decided to make a whole separate video on my favorite exfoliants, how I use them, when I use them, and why I chose the ones that I did. So let's go ahead and jump in. I have a lot of different categories. I've got cleansers, I've got body care, toners, and masks. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about cleansers first. I will have everything listed down below, and I will go ahead and tell you, I do not use a physical exfoliant on my face. Now, physical exfoliants are the ones that have the granules in them. I do have a couple of masks that have a little bit of physical exfoliant in them, which one of them I'll talk about, but I don't go in with any kind of exfoliant cleanser. I don't like anything that has super harsh physical components. If you are going to look for something, I suggest looking for something that has like beads of some sort, something that's very small, very fine, has a rounded edge versus anything jagged that could cause micro tears in the skin. I prefer to use chemical exfoliants. I also have a little bit more of a sensitive skin type when it comes to exfoliants. So I have certain types of chemical exfoliants that I like. If you aren't sure what a chemical exfoliant is, it's a type of acid or combination of acid that when applied to the skin dissolves the bond that holds dead skin cells together so that they are easily sloughed off the skin. You have a radiant complexion left behind, and you've kind of got that gunky top layer of skin that we don't need and can make our skin look kind of dull. Away. It gets rid of that. So that's the whole point of exfoliation. So starting with cleansers, I have two favorite ones. One is a little bit stronger than the other. This one is Skin Medica, and it's the AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. So AHA is alpha hydroxy acids in the form of like glycolic or lactic or malic, lots of different alpha hydroxy acids. And then BHAs are beta hydroxy acids like salicylic acid. To me, I feel like, and this is just me, I feel like BHAs are more geared for like oilier or acne prone skin, whereas AHAs can be used on any skin. If that makes sense. So this has a form of both of them. So it has lactic, glycolic, malic, and citric, and it also has salicylic. If you are someone who does not like to leave acids on the skin to exfoliate, you just feel like you are too sensitive to do that, I would recommend a mask or a cleanser because you are still getting that effect, but you're not, again, leaving it on the skin. You are washing it off as opposed to a toner or a cream or something of that sort. So I really like this one. It is a little bit stronger than the next one I'm going to talk about. It's not uncomfortable though. And again, you're washing it off, but it still does the job of exfoliating your skin. The next one to me is a little bit more gentle, and this is the small travel size, but this is the Revision Skincare Papaya Enzyme Cleanser. So if you're someone who can't really handle acids of any sort, enzymes are going to be a gentler way to exfoliate your skin, and they can come in many forms. You've got pumpkin enzymes, I've seen pineapple. This one has papaya. Now this one also does have salicylic acid in it, but I feel like the main star is that papaya enzyme. I do not get any kind of irritation from it. I can use this twice a day. This is the one that stays in my travel bag. I have a couple of these smaller ones and it just lives there. So when I travel, I know that I'm going to be using this. Again, I can use it twice a day. I can use this in combination with other acids and it never irritates my skin. So if you want something that's a little bit more gentle, I would definitely look into this or something that has enzymes in it versus a large amount of other types of acids. Now let's talk about the next step in a routine, at least for me, and that's toning. while I can use the cleansers, I can use a revision one every day. I would use the Skin Medica 3 to 4 times a week and have no issue. I do tend to dial back the amount of times I use toners because they do stay on the skin. I do use Retin-A every single night. Well, 5 nights a week. I'll tell you what I use on the other 2 nights. I don't want to mix up too many actives at one time, especially for my skin that can tend to get a little more sensitive, especially as I age. So these toners I'm going to talk about, I have 3 of them. They are a little bit of a stair step in intensity. So the one that I would and could, if I wanted to, and didn't have so many other products that I like to use every single day is from Medicate. And this is the Press and Glow Daily Exfoliating PHA Tonic with Enzyme Activator. So PHA, those are polyhydroxy acids, which have a larger molecule than the alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy. So they're not going to sink into the skin as far. They're not going to be as irritating to the skin. To me, they are on par with an enzyme. So I could use this every single day. And it's really good. It doesn't tingle. It doesn't, disturb my skin in any way. I feel comfortable using this during the day. There have been studies that I have seen where the polyhydroxy acids are not as susceptible to, they don't make your skin as susceptible to photosensitivity from the sun. So, I'm fine with using this during the day as well. It has a nice push down press and glow applicator to get the product out. And it's really good. So this is the one of the toners that I have and use that I feel like is the best for the most sensitive skin. And then a different form of acid that I'm going to talk about is actually so exciting to me because if you have watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that my esthetician and partner in crime when it comes to skin is Amber. Now, Amber has been a very good friend of mine since college. She has been my esthetician for going on 16 years now. It is very, very, very rare. I mean, I'm going to say I think one other person has touched my skin in 16 years. I trust her with it. She knows it. I see her every 6 weeks, if not more, for facials. I love her and I trust everything she tells me about my skin. She has actually come out with her own line of skincare. She started with one product and they are the Glow Getter Brightening Pads. This is kojic acid. So if you aren't familiar with kojic acid, from what I understand, it is much better if you have hyperpigmentation. It's really going to fight that discoloration that we can tend to get, especially as we age, the sunspots that tend to show through from where we laid out 15 years ago, and then all of a sudden they just decide to pop up and make themselves known. Kojic acid is great for that. And Koji pads have, I feel like, become pretty viral lately. They just are very effective and you can see from the before and after. So these are, like I said, kojic acid pads. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. It comes with 60 pads. You can use this every day. In fact, Amber uses them twice a day. She has a more oilier skin type. Chad is using this more than I am. I find it on his vanity much more than I find it on mine. I use these 2 to 3 times a week. And even though I don't have discoloration and melatonin, I'm kind of using them as like a preventative, right? Like I just feel like it can't hurt to maybe keep that discoloration at bay, keep it from popping out. That's what I'm using it for. Chad has a lot of discoloration on his neck and he's using it for that. So we've both been enjoying them. They do not sting at all. I feel like they're much more gentle on the skin than some AHAs that I have used in the past. Really, 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 really have been enjoying these. So if you have melatonin or discoloration and you have been wanting to try some kojic acid, this is a great way. I will put down in the description box how you can get these and support a small business and my friend. Okay, and the one that I probably use the most is a lactic acid product. So you've probably heard me talk about in the past, I really got to a point where I was using glycolic acid a lot, which is an AHA, and my skin just started hating me for it. I would break out on little white bumps, specifically right here on the top of my cheekbones, a little bit up on my forehead, and I just came to realize I was over exfoliating my skin. Ever since then, I have occasionally put some glycolic acid products back into my routine, but as a rule, I like to use lactic acid, and I have been loving the Clarity RX Brighten It 10% lactic acid solution. So if you can see, this bottle is almost done. I have maybe 1 to 2 uses left in this, and then I have a backup bottle for sure. This is 10% lactic acid. It does sting a little. You can feel it. It's not uncomfortable and it doesn't last for a long time, but you can definitely feel that it's working. This is what I use twice a week on the nights that I don't use my tretinoin cream. I would not feel comfortable using these together. I personally don't like using many acids at all. I'll use a mask on the nights that I have a tretinoin cream, but that's about it. So I do take 2 days off a week and use this instead, and it just really keeps my face exfoliated. So definitely look into this if you're not big on glycolic acid, but you still want something that is going to be very effective. So Clarity RX Brighten It 10% lactic acid solution. Those are my toners. So let's talk about 4 face masks, and then I'll talk about a couple body care products, and then we'll be done. I love face masks. I've done videos on face masks before. They are awesome. I mask probably 4 to 5 times a week. I just love it. I will get out of the shower. I take showers at night. I'll put on a mask. I'll go and sit and do like my Bible study, or I'll read a book or something. It's like that mom time, right? It's like that me time. Don't bother mama while she has a mask on her face type of time, and I love it. So I do have 4 favorite exfoliating masks that I want to talk to you about. The first one is going to be the one that's the most different in my collection, and this is from From Skin. It's called the Problem Solver, and it is a warming correcting mask. Now this one, and I'm reading, is a combination of antioxidant-rich raw cacao, activated bamboo charcoal, soil nutrients, salts, and exotic spices. So while this doesn't technically have acids in it, from what I can see, it is very warming, and I just feel like it exfoliates my skin. And it also is a little bit of an exfoliation, a physical exfoliation, because of just the way that it's formulated. So you can see it's a powder. You mix the powder with water to make a paste, and then you use it that way. This stuff is no joke. Like, it works. It's very warming. To me, it's very comforting. Some people might be, especially the first time you use it, might be like, oh my goodness, that's a little weird. But I just feel like, again, while this isn't technically like an acid exfoliator, I just feel like it really does exfoliate and clear problem skin. So if I'm having some breakouts, even if they're hormonal, if I just feel like my skin looks super dull, I will use this. Love it so much. Another one that I have talked about in the past and love, and this is actually my second kind of, I want to say bowl. Why can't I think of the word for this? Tub. Second one of this mask. This is from Jamarini. It is the Marini Illuminate Fast Face Mask. Okay. I think I've been talking too much. Okay, so this one combines alpha-arbutin, licorice root extract, lactic and mandelic acid, green, white, and red tea to visibly improve the appearance of skin tone, texture, and luminosity, starting with the first use and continuing over time. This one also does sting a little bit. Like, I can feel it working. It looks like this. It says it's like a clay mask. I don't feel like it dries down to a clay mask. It doesn't really dry out on me. It might tighten up a little bit, but I've had many more clay masks that do way more. This one is a powerhouse, I feel like. I mean, I don't know that I would use this more than once a week, in my opinion. I'm sure they say that you can use it more than that, but especially mixed with my other exfoliating products. But this is good, good, good. Jamarini makes great products, and if you are looking for a mask that doesn't have glycolic acid in it, this is a great one to look into. It does have kaolin clay in it, so just to know, I know some people can be a little sensitive to that, so I wanted to make that something you are aware of, but I really, really like this one. Another one that combines my favorite lactic acid with another enzyme is from Sanita's, and this is the Cranberry Lactic Mask. It's a level 3 enzyme mask, and it has fruit enzymes and lactic acid. This one is a little different. It comes in a pump, and it comes out in a gel. So if you can see, it's almost like you feel like you would almost need to leave the gel on. You absolutely do not. It does have a strong scent, let you know. Not my favorite scent. Probably shouldn't have put that on. My hand since I really love the perfume I'm wearing today, but oh well. You just leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes and then you rinse it off. It rinses off really easily. It does sink into the skin a little bit, so I would not use this in combination with like a toner or anything like that. But it's also very gentle on my skin. So I really enjoy using this. If you like that kind of gel texture, if you like the lactic acid, but you also like the benefits of using enzymes, this is a great one to look into. And Sanita's is just an all-around amazing brand. I don't know that I've ever tried anything from them that I don't like. Another brand that I pretty much like everything they make is from Neogenesis, and this is the Enzyme Cream Mask. This one also has kaolin clay in it, but it also has niacinamide. It's got lots of good fruit enzymes and extracts in it, and it's just a very soothing, to me, cream mask. It almost goes on like a moisturizer, but if you make it thick enough, that kaolin clay is gonna make itself known. It doesn't get super like tight and gunky on my face or anything like that. But out of all of the masks, I feel like this one is the most gentle and definitely one to check out if you have more sensitive skin. But this is the Neogenesis Enzyme Cream Mask. So those are all the masks, and we're almost done. I'm gonna talk about 3 products that I like to use for the body. One of them you have heard me talk about in many of my favorites videos, I feel like. This is from First Aid Beauty, and this is the KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub. This has a 10% alpha hydroxy acid in it, and it is a true chemical and physical exfoliant. The physical exfoliant in this is very, I don't want to say gentle, because I mean, it scrubs, but it's very fine. It doesn't hurt. I feel like I can really go at my problem areas, which are at the top of my arms and the back of my thighs is where I have the most of the keratosis pilaris, that like chicken skin. This just knocks it out. I use this 2 or 3 times a week. Typically on the day that I know I'm going to self-tan, I will use this beforehand, and it's just been wonderful. I've gone through a small one. They sent me this big one. They also have a body lotion that is within this KP line, which is great. I should have talked about that. I didn't bring it in here, but it's great. And I really, really enjoy this and will continue to keep purchasing it. Now, if I want an even bigger exfoliation than just using a body lotion on my skin, I will combine these next 2 products. This one is not an exfoliant, but I had to bring it in here to show you how I use the actual exfoliant. But this is the Sanita's Vitamin C Body Lotion. So again, this is what I like to use in conjunction with the Sanita's Glyco Solution 15%. So this is a glycolic acid. I would not use this on my face because my face would not be able to tolerate it. I just know that, but my body can. So instead of just putting this like on a cotton pad and putting it all over my problem areas, I use this all over my body, and I will put a little bit of this in my hand. I'll put 2 or 3 pumps of this because while it is a toner, it does come in a pump. And I will mix the 2 together and use it that way. So the body lotion kind of acts as a little bit of a buffer, but I'm still getting that great exfoliation. So if I want like super duper exfoliant, I will use this in the shower. And then when I get out, I will use these 2 together. And it has done wonders. I feel like my kind of chicken skin KP gets worse in the summer, which is when I show more skin because I'm wearing the tank tops and the sleeveless tops, and it's definitely not what I want. So those products in combination have done wonders for my skin. So that is it. Those are all of my favorite exfoliating products. Hopefully that answered all your questions, gave you some new ideas of things you might want to try. Again, I will list them down below. I do have discount codes for quite a few of them, not all of them, but quite a few of them, and I will list those as well. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, safe, and sane, and that most of all, you go out and have a very blessed day.